A decade of Jackbox party games. We're just going to go ahead and get into it. My kid is sleeping in the other room. I've had a busy day of reporting and producing. But this is what I want to do right now because the most recent Jackbox pack came out. I produced something with one of its creative directors. I'm in a Jackboxy mood. So I came to the series in 2016, with the Jackbox Party Pack 3. So I can't really objectively talk about the first two party packs with the exception of Drawful, which was released as its own product once upon a time. So, Drawful is... So the drawing games aren't typically very popular in my play groups. Drawful, I think, is a very basic one. Established a lot of the good ideas, so we'll put it there. Otherwise, we've got the earliest iterations of a lot of games that you will see later, Fibbage, You Don't Know Jack, etc. I am going to go ahead and rank all of the games, and then I'm going to go back and rank all of the packs to see where things kind of shake out. So, onward to Jackbox Party Pack 3. Espionage is also just fine. I haven't had cause to get it out that much. If I recall, is best with really large groups. TKO is kind of a classic. It's better than Drawful. My family tends to really like this game, though my wife's family tends to not. So I haven't played it much in recent years. The original Trevor Murder Party still holds up. 2 is even better. Great game. Quiplash 2 is solid B tier. Again, it's funny because so many of these games are just iterations of each other. So, in a lot of cases, the most recent version will just be better. I don't think that's always the case, though. Fakin' It. Fakin' It, I have returned to because of Fakin' It All Night Long, which was in the Naughty Pack. I actually think Faking It is pretty good. It just happens to be in the category of games that my wife's family, again, doesn't tend to enjoy that much, which is sort of lying games, social deduction. But I do think it's pretty solid. All in all, Jackbox Party Pack 3, it's pretty good. Party Pack 4. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and start ranking packs, actually, after I do all of the games. I said I would do it at the very end, but I think this is the best way to keep me in mind. I think it's pretty solid B tier right there. Okay. Then we get to Quiplash Excel. Good. There's where the Quiplashes go. Fibbage 3 is excellent. It's funny because, part of me likes it better than Fibbage 4. And I don't know if that's fair, or just because I have more memories playing Fibbage 3. Because I don't think it's changed that much. But there's just something about, maybe it's just the 1970s aesthetic that really speaks to me. I really enjoy that. Fibbage Enough About You is just superb. We've done that to break the ice a lot of the time. I like Monster Seeking Monster, again, in the category of game that just doesn't see much play in my groups. Survive the Internet. It's probably right there. It's amusing. It tends to wear out its welcome pretty fast. And bracketeering is sort of one of my go-tos if we're in a large enough group. Still not a great game, though. The problem with bracketeering is it's most interesting in the final rounds, but you have to play so many rounds to even get there. Civic Doodle I like quite a lot. I probably like even better than TKO. I have a lot of fond memories playing that with my family. Is there a way to just remove these images? Yeah. I'm going to call this Did Not Play. Just going to really quickly move all of those there, which I know invalidates the whole point of this exercise. I mean, not quite. I mean, I've still played these games for a decade. All right. All in all, Jackbox Party Pack 4 is pretty strong. Is it better than 3? 3 is Trivia Murder Party, so no. Jackbox Party Pack 5, on the strength of Split the Room alone, is incredibly strong. I like You Don't Know Jack, though I know a lot of people who don't. So I would put it in a B. I might like it better than Quiplash. I might like it... Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is just purely personal. I like trivia games. I like the irreverence of You Don't Know Jack. I have to knock it down, though. I'll put it right there. So my problem with Quiplash is I don't always have... That part of my brain that comes up with quips isn't as active as I would like. I wish I was some sort of like Austinian, Whedon-esque person who just always had a ready repartee, but I don't. I'd like to think that I do, but it just doesn't happen for me sometimes. Mad vs. City is an interesting experiment. The sort of talking robot thing, that rap battle, is very cute. Ultimately, though, I don't think it's terribly successful. Patently Stupid is great with the right group. If you have like a group that's totally willing to kind of do the like fake TED Talk pitching the room thing, it can be a riot. Again, it sort of takes a lot out of you, though, so as like ease of use, it's kind of hard. I would probably put it somewhere like there. I'd put it there. All right. Next up, do we have a visitor? We have a visitor. Is he not sleeping?
No.
Well, your loss is our audience's gain. I'm sorry. I could hold him for a while. I could rock him. Do you want to do this for a bit? Oh, you're going to sleep. Yeah. Here, you sleep. I've got him.
Okay.
Hey, baby. Hey. What Jackbox party games do you like, sir? Hiya, baby. Oh, here he is. Oh, wait, should he be on camera? The back of his head will be on camera. Hey, baby. You are the cutest. You are a gorgeous baby. I love you. This is little baby Uli. All right. We get Split the Room. Split the Room is our first S tier game. It is so good.
Did he have a binky?
He did have a binky, and I have a binky. Wouldn't you agree, dear?
Oh,
S tier,
yeah,
Split the Room?
Yeah.
Is Fibbage Enough About You also S tier?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's fair. All right, moving up, Fibbage Enough About You. Okay, Zeeple Dome is one of those kind of real-time games. This one you flick on your phone to move these little Zeeples around. Again, more of an experiment. You know, Jackbox Party Pack 5 comes off as like a very experimental, with the exception of, I guess, bringing back the You Don't Know Jack format. But even then, they were doing new things with it, so I commend them for that. This is not a great game, though, so it's going to go right there. Party Pack 5, on the strength, again, of Split the Room alone. Oh, it's so strong. Yeah, I mean, it's funny to just reward it just because of that, but it is such a good game. Oh my gosh. We've had so many good times with that. Okay. Alright, on to Party Pack 6. This has Trivia Murder Party 2, which is even better. It's even better than Trivia Murder Party 1. I love the sort of like side quests that you can end up doing in the game, the kind of various like endings that you get. There's the dad hat thing, where if you win as the dad, you end up reconciling with the murderer, and he sings a song about how happy he is to be with his dad. It's phenomenal. Is it better than Split the Room? I think so. Split the Room is awesome, though. The main thing is that it hasn't been updated in a very long time, so I've begun to see prompts quite a lot of the time. But Split the Room's brilliance is just having to use a part of your brain where you're not trying to win everyone over, like in Quiplash, you're trying to win over exactly half, is just brilliant. Oh, it's so good. Dictionarium isn't great. It's like upper D tier. I do like the narrator for Dictionarium. I think she's very fun. And you do end up with some funny words. Joke Boat is another game about being funny. I find it a little less stressful than Quiplash, maybe because you have so many. You're just riffing off of everyone else. It's not as good as Quiplash, though. I will readily admit that. It's probably not even as good as Survive the Internet, but I'll put it down here. Push the Button is a social deduction game. It is the closest to just a straight up like Werewolf or Avalon or something. I like the minigames in it. I had a lot of good fun with Push the Button, so I think I'll put it up here. Again, mostly on just the fact that it doesn't see much play in my house. Role Models is S tier. I think it's better than Fibbage Enough About You. The problem, again, another problem with Role Models is that you just see a lot of the same categories, and many of the categories are like really attractive, so people will keep on voting for them unless they've just remember exactly what's in them. And some of the categories aren't as like interesting. Like you would think that they'd have a lot to talk about, but they don't. Well, hello.
Hello. I just wanted you to have your phone.
I have my phone. In case of emergencies.
Otherwise,
Hey,
I
baby.
don't think you would have found it.
Thank you. Where was it?
In the bathroom.
Oh, it's a secret place. A secret place. Hello, baby.
Good night, Marshmallow Man.
Good night, Marshmallow Man. Good night, Otter Woman. All right. So that's Party Pack 6. Role Models, Trivia Murder Party. It's pretty good. Put it there. All right, Party Pack 7. Quiplash 3 is the best of the Quiplashes. I think that's pretty fair. It's probably better than TKO. It's probably better than Civic Doodle. Champed Up is funny. I haven't played too much of it, though I do like the format. I do like your little various champions that you've got. I don't have strong feelings about Champed Up. And then The Devil in the Details is chaotic. I played it a lot in the pandemic with a particular group that was very devilish. So I actually think of the social deduction games, this one's pretty strong. I'll put this right here. Talking Points is another one of those kind of patently stupid types of games. I think it's merely okay. Sorry. And then Blather Round kind of reminds me of what they ended up doing in Survey Scramble, actually, where a lot of it involves kind of like just saying a bunch of words and figuring out what they have to do with each other. It is also a D. Probably better than the Dictionarium. Man, 7, not actually that great. I mean, Quiplash is good. But I also feel like, I think part of my hesitance to reward Quiplash too much is that it feels like kind of the most obvious version of a party game you can do. Just like give people prompts that make them be funny. It's fine, but they kind of evolve that quite a bit later. So I think that all in all means that 7 is not actually very strong. So I'll put 7 in here. Okay. Drawful Animate is better Drawful. I mean, that's pretty clear. I would go so far as to put it like here, I think. So it skips Patently Stupid just because the animations can be pretty fun. Job I really like. Just the whole manipulating words and making chaos out of things. And I also think a Water Cooler Boss is very funny. So this is a B tier game for sure. It's probably right under. Yeah, I'm happy to put it there. Wheel of Enormous Proportions is yet another spin on trivia. If I recall, it has a little bit more co-op stuff, and it also has more gambling. Well, not co-op. It's mostly just gambling. The wheel mechanism is interesting. Isn't that right, Uli? Isn't the spinning the wheel thing interesting? So they are trying to solve for a problem, which is in trivia games just the know-it-alls win. I mean, that's kind of the whole point. But in Wheel of Enormous Proportions, since there is a lot of randomness to it, you at least have the illusion of being able to make a comeback, which I think is fairly effective. Like, it's definitely a better game than You Don't Know Jack, even though You Don't Know Jack does some more inventive stuff, perhaps. So I think I'm willing to put it right above You Don't Know Jack. Still not Trivia Murder Party, which the mini games are just so fun and so vicious that that's the way that they offset the know-it-all, right? Like, you still have a chance, and there's still kind of like weird swings that can happen. Pole Mine has really grown on me, actually. I like the whole game of trying to figure out, again, similar to Survey Scramble, where the group would assign various things, various like bullet-pointed things on the list, like, top things to do in bed. Number 8 might be like eating cookies, and number 1 might be canoodling or whatever. But you just have to know your group, and you have to like it narrows down how well you know things. So this is also a very good large group game. It's just really solid. I think it's an A tier. Devil's Weapons Drawn is a drawing social deduction game. I think it is so clever. I really think it's like kind of a triumph of design. Maybe not as fun as you would think it would be, but it just, it's got that kind of fake artist goes to New York stuff. It's just not as elegant. Again, I just don't get to play very much, though. So it sort of is in social deduction jail. But I think no, I can't actually put it there. It has to go there. Okay. That's Party Pack 8. A pretty good party pack, actually. Let's see. Well, no. I'm mainly just very fond of Pole Mine. So, yeah, it's another one of the B tier party packs. It is probably here. Okay. There's a little bit of apples and oranges mixing the whole like party pack plus the games within them on the same tier list. Because I could just average out all of the games, and that could basically give us where the party pack should go. So this is a little bit more of kind of a gut feeling. And now that everyone just uses the party picker, like, it feels increasingly arbitrary, to separate them out by party packs. But you kind of get a sense of how the company evolves over time. Because they've done 8 of these damn things. And last year, you really got a sense that they were going to try to explore other things with the Naughty Pack, and the devs talked about how they were going to try to experiment more. I mean, Trivia Murder Party 3 is going to be a standalone. And I'll get it. It's going to be exciting, but there are people who are rightly kind of annoyed that it's one game for the price of 5, essentially. All right, on to Party Pack 9. We got Fibbage 4. Is Fibbage 4 better than Fibbage 3? I don't know. It's the one we default to now because it's the latest one. I just don't like the aesthetic quite as much. So I think I'm going to do something weird here where I'm actually going to put it right behind Fibbage 3. And I think I'll have to do the same with Fibbage Enough About You. Junktopia is cool. I actually really like Junktopia. The whole kind of like trying to convince people to take your weird item thing. But it's not one that I can say that I have enough experience with. And then Quicksort is just... Quicksort is stressful. I think it's a D tier game. And I'll put Forever right next to it. Non-sensory I really like. Again, I tend to like the kind of poll games where you're trying to guess like where something is on a spectrum. It's a lot like Wavelength, actually, which is an excellent board game. So, is Non-sensory an A tier game? Yeah. I think it's at the very bottom there. Okay, and then Boomerang. The whole kind of like voting people off the islands thing in Boomerang is pretty funny. Especially when you get to like disguise your character and give them a new name and have them come back. It's, again, in sort of like social deduction jail, though. Better than Battle Round? Not quite. Alright, that's 9. 9 has Fibbage 4 and Non-Sensory, which are kind of the standouts. It's otherwise a little mid. Notably, I haven't put any of the packs themselves in C tier yet, and I'm sort of loath to do that here. So I think it does belong in yeah, I think it's right there. Okay. Jackbox Party Pack 10. Hey! Hey, baby. Hey, baby. Hey, baby. So, one thing that this exercise is teaching me is how much I want to revisit a lot of these games. So perhaps I'll need to do a revised tier list once I'm able to do that, because Hypnotorious I remember being really interesting. But I think I'll just have to put it here. Time Jinx I like. It's sort of the Smartsy Pants game of Jackbox Party Pack 10. But it still sort of lags behind the other trivia games. TKO 2 is TKO. Again, it's better. It is better. But only just. And I probably don't even like it as much as Civic Doodle, quite honestly. Fixie Text I do like. Again, I just being able to make people say things that are silly. That's fun. And Dodo Re Mi has never really worked for me. So sadly, it goes down here. This has never been very fun. Hey! Ooh! Oh, baby. We need to let your mom sleep. You are so active. Are you nocturnal like your dad? Well, maybe so. Maybe so. Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. He's in his sleep suit. This is supposed to help him sleep. It does constrain him from, like, which is what he'll do without something like this. 10 is weak. 10 is pretty weak. Wow. I didn't realize quite how weak this is. Alright. Alright. Jackbox Naughty Pack. I honestly felt like they were kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel here. The thing is, faking it all night long is just better faking it, and I like it for that. I actually like it quite a bit for that, but it limits who you can play it with. Because believe it or not, I play a lot of Jackbox with like kids, parents, and like Sunday school teachers. So it doesn't quite work. Dirty Drawful is, dare I say, kind of worse. I just haven't enjoyed it as much. And then Let Me Finish, it feels a lot like Talking Points, I think. Yeah, it's a bit like Talking Points, except naughty. So it's going way down. It's going right there. Sorry, the Naughty Pack just wasn't kind of for me. Hey, baby! The Naughty Pack is not for you either, not for a while. But maybe it'll be more your sensibility when you're grown. Who knows? Hey, baby. Alright. The Naughty Pack is going to be our second D pack. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. And it's pretty low on the list. Okay. Hey. Oh my, will we have to end the stream early? You're getting fussy, which to me means that you're probably very sleepy, and we need to move to a dark room so that you can sleep in peace. Yeah. Alright, we're going to breeze through this. Survey Scramble is good. I was surprised by how good Survey Scramble is. I quite enjoy it. It's you can't play like a ton of it at once, and it has some. I mean, high-low is like clearly the best out of all of them. So this is a little weird. I'm just going to put these in order of what I like. Arvilla, my wife, really likes speed because she's a fast typist and can come up with lots of ideas. And then squares, I don't mind. I kind of like the strategy of it. Bounce is frustrating. Dares is basically just high-low with a slight twist. And dash is kind of annoying. So we're going to do it in that order because I just don't want to have to break that down any further than that. Honestly, this is a tier list that needs like multiple sub-tier lists. All right. Now we're on to Jackbox Party Pack 11. So Hearsay, of the kind of like recording noises thing, I actually think they got it right with Hearsay. The problem with some of the others is that you were expected to kind of like record simultaneously. Hearsay still has the problem where like you'll get other people bleeding into your microphone, but because you're trying to make silly noises, it sort of works. At least better than the others. So I would maybe put Hearsay kind of... yeah, I think right there feels right. Right here. And, you know, I think a lot of people will take issue with me putting TKO where I did. It's just a personal preference thing. Like, I think TKO is funny, but it doesn't quite get me. Cookie House feels a bit like a TKO. The thing about Cookie House is that it's a slightly different skill, right? Decorating a fake cookie rather than like drawing on a blank canvas. And I commend them for that because it sort of removes some of the self-consciousness that people have because they don't expect to like create this beautiful work of art. They're just sort of decorating a cookie, and that's always going to be a messy process. That said, the prompts are kind of so-so. The characters that come and order stuff from you are just like, not exactly funny. I do think the character design for the cow is very cute. But as a character, she's actually more annoying than I expected her to be. Again, to the purpose, because she's your boss and is way into capitalism. But all of that adds up to a drawing game I've enjoyed just only marginally more than Drawful. And probably not quite as much as Drawful Animate. So I'll go there. Dominate feels... So, oh, hey, baby. Oh, no. Oh, no. Do you have opinions on Dominate? Do you have Dominate opinions, my dude? Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Dominate kind of has this ease of use thing where, like, it's easy to tell. The first step is that you give people what you like. The second step is to ruin it for your friends. And the third step is to unruin it. The unruining it part tends to actually be kind of the weakest because people tend to softball it. Like, it's harder to be clever in that way. But, you know, making fun of your friends and what they like, I mean, that doesn't really get old. But it's still just, like, sort of just fine. So we're going to put it here. Suspectives is interesting. I like the whole kind of, like, hot seat part of it. It is possibly better than Push the Button. Possibly. Probably not, though. Is it better than Devil in the Details? No. Legends of Trivia has a lot of promise. Like, the kind of pub trivia, you're all on the same side, you're kind of shouting out answers to each other. The framing is cool. This is a minor gripe, but I think the animation is just not quite polished enough. Like, part of it is that after you get something right, everybody has a victory pose, and the victory pose is entirely static on a static background. And I just don't think it looks great. So that's kind of a minor thing, because otherwise I think there are a lot of things to like about Legends of Trivia. It's also funny how you basically have a campaign, but in order to do all 3 stages of the campaign, you have to just keep on saying play again, and then play again in the new region. So Legends of Trivia might be their weakest trivia game, but I still think it's good insofar as it fills a niche none of the others do. Like, it's allows people who aren't great at trivia to kind of ride other people's coattails, and yet you still feel like your character matters because there's other, like, items you can pick up and damage that you can deal, perhaps not mattering as much as you really should be able to, but it does other things where, like, you'll see some prompts are like only on certain people's devices, or some answers are only on certain people's devices, so you really have to communicate. So I think it is a notable experiment in the form. Is it better than Time Jinx? I think I'm going to give it put it above Time Jinx only because it is much more ambitious. Okay, 11, I'm sorry to say, is also one of the weaker ones. Is it as weak as 10? Man, I actually do like Hypnotorious. I should probably... Where did I put Hypnotorious? Because I like it. Every time I've played it, I've been like, oh, that was clever. Yeah, that's about right. Oh, man. Party Pack 11. Alright, you know what? I gotta move this up. And I gotta put this... Oh, jeez, really right there? Right there. I think I do like 11 marginally better than 10. But time will tell, right? Okay. 3 isn't out yet, so it being here is funny. I guess that's just future-proofing it. The party sampler is just the same games with some different localization options, basically. Some Quiplashes that were released separately, and so on and so forth. So I'm just going to put these in here because they don't count. This doesn't actually count because I don't know how to delete those. Okay, so here we go. S tier. Trivia Murder Party 2, Split the Room, Role Models, Fibbages, and then so on and so forth. We have a big old B tier, a big old C tier, and that's all she wrote. I have to get this little one to bed. Good night, y'all.